We
You are
back.
live with Janik, aka Truman, and Frank. How are you, Frank?
Feeling good, positive. Another grand rising. You know.
Yeah. Beautiful day. Big blue sky here. So yeah, everything is cool. It's better when it's sunny. The vibe is always different on a sunny day than a rainy day.
It's
Right?
true. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
definitely.
And you're more up, you're more especially if you are not so much in your box all the time, your box house. If if you
Right.
if you have a relationship with nature,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
it can be very uplifting to have the sun shining in your face
Oh yeah.
without the goggles.
That's right.
So, Frank, today we're going to start with behavior. We're together again for PT's book,
Yes.
episode, I think it's 73. Yeah, 73 and
Yeah, how about
498. We're getting close to 500 on the Truman
that's
Show.
that's big. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Truman is still alive and well. Very well.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, very vibrant, very alive. So yes, definitely we're gonna do something with our life. So Frank, behavior, I think it's the one we're gonna start with.
Yes.
I'll
Let's
let
go.
you start, and I'll do the French, and we exchange on our thoughts after.
Exactly. All right, behavior. So, why are all these beings stuck here in such a bad situation and don't have access to higher realms? Well, the answer doesn't require whole libraries full of books. It is quite simple behavior. They just don't know how to behave in front of higher and divine. The current school, society, system teaches them all the wrong ways of behaving, and their bratty selves are more than happy to learn and apply those wrong behaviors, which take them straight to hell. So, to get out of hell, one has to learn how to behave. And then there's a link to music that P did, Behave to Be Have.
Yeah. Comportement en français, c'est comportement. Donc, pourquoi sont tous ces êtres coincés ici dans une telle situation horrible et n'ont pas accès au plan supérieur? Bien, bien, la réponse ne nécessite pas d'entière bibliothèque pleine de livres. C'est assez simple. Comportement. Ils ne savent tout simplement pas comment se comporter devant le supérieur et le divin. L'école actuelle, la société actuelle, le système actuel, le renseignement, toutes les mauvaises manières de se comporter et les sales gosses qu'ils sont plus qu'heureux d'apprendre et d'appliquer ce mauvais comportement qui les envoie directement en enfer. Donc, pour sortir de l'enfer, un être doit apprendre comment se comporter. Behavior. Behavior. Now it sounds like beehive. Well, bees kind of behave and kind of follow the queen and stuff. And
Right.
I'm not saying you have to follow the monarchy here or the queen, but there's got to be some kind of behavior that you have to have. And like I was telling Kim before, okay, now we're talking about higher realm in there. I have no evidence that this exists, honestly, to be honest. Like, I can imagine all kinds of stuff with my head.
Right.
Doesn't mean signify that I had the experience of it. But there's one thing. I prefer bet or gamble with God all the time and think that there is something higher and divine
Hmm.
and keep going lower and lower into my deeper hells and darkness and stuff. So the
Yes.
moment that you realize that there could be something, like, I don't know for sure. I've never had the experience, can't tell you about it.
Hmm.
But I know that if I behave properly here and I stand for things that really matters, not just watch TV and go to a football game or a hockey game or some trivial activity that means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme. But if I stand for something like truth and reality and God, divine, whatever, I know that this might, maybe, allow me access to a higher realm eventually.
Hmm.
And I prefer gamble on that than keep gambling with the devil and going
Yeah,
lower and lower and lower. So all
exactly.
it's gonna do, okay, you might not have the experience, but you can have it on Earth also, the experience of higher realms.
Hmm.
Like you can be in a higher state of mind, a higher divinity. That's all higher realm.
Yeah.
Now, if you access this on Earth, those higher realm, maybe there's chance you access it after too.
Hmm.
But if you're not focused on the higher realms, on the right behavior to access these higher realms, you're just gonna keep going down. That's all you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So it's a good way for you to learn how to behave yourself here in front of higher and divine. Now people are gonna say, a lot of people say there's no God, there's no divine, there's not no creator, like we appear from a simple Big Bang. Yeah, you come from a Big Bang, but not the one they tell you. I tell you this all the time.
Hmm.
But no, that's it. That's the Big Bang you come from, but not
Uh-huh.
the Big Bang in a far space. Nonsense shit. Fucking
Right.
so much nonsense. They like to fill us with nonsense just to mess with our eyes, and they're doing
Hmm.
a great job with that because we let them mess with our eyes also because we give in to all the stuff, the clown stuff they give us. There's clowns around us. It's a circus. You got to see
Hmm.
it for what it is.
Yeah.
Once you see it, that it's a bunch of clowns in a circus, well, that's the devil right there. Like he's playing with you, he's laughing in your face. And the more you go down, the happier those entity forces, or if there is again. But I think it's deep within us, the evil thing. It's something
Yeah.
and that's what happened when you're blessed. You start to be less evil. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to be less. I don't want to be." What you mean, don't want to be less? You have to be less. You're freaking evil, dude. You have evil anti ways, dude. All of us. All of us.
We
No
wouldn't be
exception.
here if we weren't.
Huh?
So we
What?
wouldn't be stuck here if we already had the knowledge, the power, the perfect
That's
behavior. We would be in high realms right now.
yeah,
But
that's
we
it.
don't. So that's why we're here. We have to learn it.
We have to learn. I think, yeah, Earth seems to be a great school of learning how to behave. First of all, maybe that also, if you succeed learning how to behave here, maybe the divine will take you with him after, or her, or the
Mhm.
force. I don't think there's
Yeah.
a sex to
Right.
even the creator. Maybe it's like this is beyond my comprehension.
Right.
It's creational science, and where is the creator? Uh, he's eternal. First of all, hold on, that's the phone. First, it's got to be eternal. The creator has to be eternal. So it's
Mhm.
certainly, like I said, not in human form. So, or maybe it is, and it's like non-perishable human body.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's all. I prefer, like I said, adapt better behavior here. Be kind to each and
Mhm.
every person I meet, I interact with, and kindness, love, and all
Yeah.
the good feelings, man, that makes you feel
Mhm.
good, makes me feel good, makes all of us feel good.
Right.
Because if we can have that great feeling within us, Ben has done a song, Great Feeling. It's that feeling within us because it's all about feelings.
Mhm.
It's not about you. Because once you change your feeling, you have changed the world.
Right.
You have changed your world. So
Mhm.
we want to change this world. You must change yours. You must repair yourself. We did a song with the Benham's Tikkun Olam. Listen how this came to life. The other day, I'm researching on the Hebrew language and stuff. I'm doing
Right.
research, and I get to this word Tikkun Olam, and
Mhm.
I get sorry,
Mhm.
I get the cannabis medicine from a medicinal place in Canada, and there's one strain that is called Avidekel, and it's made by Tikkun Olam in Israel. So
Wow.
the word when I seen it flashed to me, so I said, "What does that signify, Tikkun Olam?" It
Mhm.
means, it signify, I don't like the word mean, that's why I reprogram myself with signify. It
Mhm.
signified, sign if I, yeah, you'll see the sign if you have eyes.
Right.
It
Mhm.
signified that repair the world. So right away, I'm like, yeah, we have to repair the world. Not
Mhm.
only repair the world outside, is repair your own world. Repair, a pair.
Mhm.
You're not supposed to be walking alone.
Right.
You're supposed to be walking with the divine within your
Mhm.
heart. So
Yeah.
once you do that repairing, so this came to me. So I reached out to Ben Hams right away. I said, Ben, I have an idea for a song. I have to share it with you.
Uh-huh.
3 hours later, he came up with the song. He
Hmm.
dropped it in my email and said, bro, you're gonna,
Ah, wow. Yeah. Quick
yeah.
one.
So
Uh-huh.
when I have ideas like that, I share it with them, and they often come up. So that song Tikkun Olam came from an intuition I had, and Ben did the rest. I just told him my idea. He did all the rest. I
Mhm.
didn't tell him what to sing. But
Yeah.
that's really what it is to repair your world. We must repair this world.
Mhm.
And when you repair, and we're able to repair any machine, anything on earth. We can repair it if it's broken.
Yeah.
So if you're broken, if you feel broken, you can repair yourself. And that repairing with God, the divine is what's gonna save you here. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna save your life from the boredom of hell and all the deeper stuff you can go in. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely there's gotta be a behavior adapted. I'm gonna stop now because I can keep going and going, but I've realized that you're there. So Greg, share your opinion with me because I always have something to say. So
Yeah. Well, this is a great P-log, and once again, we've just begun. We did our last one on our last session was the thirst, and we're just entering this. Oh wait, how do you get there? Right
right
behavior.
behavior.
No, we're starting this section of right behavior. So this is P. He's starting to explain. There is a thing, right? There's this conduct, this etiquette. There is this behavior that there's a certain expectation for certain areas. You're not going to go to, okay, even just here on Earth, we have to be able to be appropriate in whatever situation and setting that we're going to be in. So if you just say you go to a nice place and you're going to have you know if more refinement requires a certain amount of composure, a certain amount of discipline, and you're not just going to be any old way. Having maybe, and even you think about it in like music or something like that. Each player in the band has the part that they're playing, and for the band to all groove together and make a sound and make a funk and make a music that's gonna want to move you, and it's like a good energy. Somebody's not going to be off playing something,
No,
playing way too loud or playing notes that are dissonant to the whole band. Everybody wants to be on the same wave, on the same
in
flow,
harmony, yeah.
and harmony, right? And so there is a harmonious way that we can take action, that we can behave. And that is what is expected in higher realms. Like I've heard it said they don't just let in any riffraff up there. So, you know, there is a certain amount of, humility, respect, reverence that you're going to have for, and like what P is sharing and teaching people here is you start to divine up, you start to enact that reverence, that humility,
Yeah.
that respect for nature and for the earth and for these um, things that are supporting you. And then that starts to allow you to get in that mode and you start having that gratitude and stuff like that. And these are the kind of things that, these divine qualities start to awaken and start to express. And it's a very natural thing to move further and further into that. It's very pleasurable. It's very fun. And, if you think about like ugliness and all the hard things and the hard qualities and things like that is when we're not having the right kind of behavior. whenever people are being rude or are being, unnecessarily, I mean, there's all sorts of ways that we just like as many of the fake foods that we see lining the aisles of the grocery store, we could find different types of qualities that are, like P says, are taught in school, society, the system. I mean, all different ways, like aggressive or annoying or whatever types of like ways that people talk or like things that they say that really is a distraction, or it's really another point that P makes, and maybe we'll get to this in another P log, is that a lot of the things that are being taught and influenced is for people to become more disgraceful, to lose grace, and to actually use their body in disgraceful ways that are, bratty behavior, ways that are, so like I said, there's so many different adjectives that we can use to describe the different things.
So if they want us to live in disgrace, signify that we live in love and grace.
Right.
To me, it's evident that we live in love and grace, but no, let's live in disgrace.
Exactly.
Trash our human body, our divine equipment, and like, and the worst is you have no clue how your body functions. That's why you run to a doctor when you're sick.
Exactly right. So it starts with taking simple steps to, like, what do we have control over? We have control over what we eat, what we choose, like the time that we give ourselves to rest and sleep. We don't have to be up until the wee hours of night,
No.
flipping through a phone or whatever, right? All that stuff is going to weaken you, is going to take away your ability to actually function positively, so, and healthily. So, and like P has talked about, or he's mentioned this before, with this thing of behavior, the way that divine is kind of looking at and judging beings is they're looking at your whole life overall, and what is the bigger algorithm, or I've heard P say, and this is fun to hear him use these terms, what is the sigma function of your energy, your behavior, your actual life? So it's like, what direction are you working towards in the big picture? Are you doing things that are just like spiraling you down? Are you working toward things that are spiraling you up? More refinement, more and more intelligence comes along. Like the more that you start to work on actually taking care of yourself, things start to click, things start to come together and make sense in your mind. Then you're like, oh yeah, well, if I do this, then I'll have a chance to actually feel better. And then you have more clarity in your thoughts and your thinking. And then you can, take actions that make sense more. And you can just be a good vibe, a good energy for everyone, not only for yourself, but the people who are around you, the environment that's around you,
Yeah, you
so
want to bring a good energy. I like this.
Yeah. Like we all know the difference between, somebody that comes into a space, whether it's a gathering or if you're at work or wherever, and somebody who they're hard to be around because they always have something going on or whatever. Or the difference between somebody who can actually, be there, positive, with a smile on their face. They're there to do what they need to do and make everything enjoyable,
Often, when you say you're up and in, you have energy and stuff, it's not excitement. We're not talking about being excited and jump like a rabbit in every situation and be the center of attention. It's not that. Often the people with the most wisdom are the most quiet one. So when you see someone quiet in a room, pay attention. Because maybe that person can teach you some stuff. Because she's not mixing with the rest, and you feel that energy also. Like when I enter a room, my wife always tells me the moment you come into a place, the energy change because I'm there. So
Yeah,
she
yeah.
says it
That's
often, and
cool.
it's not because I talk so much. It's just my energy, my
Right.
my whole being, the vibration you emanate. Also, that comes out your body. We feel that stuff. Sometimes you can be far from someone, and you can feel the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So by upping your vibe, that's what it is. You up your vibrational state. And now
Right.
people can feel your vibe, your good intention also.
Mm-hmm.
Your intention are not tainted with madness. Like
Mm-hmm.
many times I've had good intention, but no, it was always tainted with some kind of dark stuff. And because you have zero awareness of what you're going into also when you come
Mm-hmm.
into this world, you don't even know what to do. You don't
Yeah.
even know who you are. You don't even know where you are. You don't know what to do. But all your life, you will pretend all this. Like, don't you want to know? Are you not fed up believing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So the right behavior will bring you to that, to
Yeah.
kind of stop the belief also and start to know things.
Mm-hmm.
There's
That's
not
it.
much you can know about yourself. You can know about the world. You can know a lot of stuff here. But there's just some things I don't think we're meant to know on this earth right now.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
some stuff we'll only find out after, and that's the exciting part
Yeah.
of the upper realm.
Uh-huh.
And I want to see what's up there. If there's something, if I'm gonna become a light being traveling through the stars and shit, and
Right, right, right.
I don't know. I'm imagining I can fly. I always thought, not believe. I always thought I could fly. Maybe
Uh,
that's where you will take flight. Your soul takes flight or something. I don't know, but
sound fun. Yeah.
it sounds fun. It sounds fun. It sounds like freaking groovy, bro. So yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
definitely,
yeah.
I'm going towards the upper realm, and even if it's just in my head here on Earth, let it be. Like
Yeah.
we'll see what's happened. What happened after?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Zero
I mean,
stress.
and overall, like just working on that refinement in our behavior, it's just the right thing to do, honestly. I mean, like B says, life is but a preparation for the afterlife. So we're working to do things so that we can have access to more. We want more pleasure. We want more fun. We want more intelligence. You have to work for that. And so you just keep doing the right thing, and then those doors open at the right time.
And if you go on about life pretending there's no afterlife or thinking there's no afterlife, that will
That's
not
dangerous.
bring the right behavior. This is the
No.
thing. So
Mhm.
even if it's just in your imagination, the upper realm, it will bring the right behavior
Mhm.
because you're thinking about it. So just you imagining a upper realm will bring you better behavior. You'll start to feel fear God, fear the divine, fear the
Mhm.
judgment, and then you're like, okay, I gotta wake up, I gotta do something for my
Yeah.
vibrational state, and if I can affect other beings, let it be. Like I said, my voice will reach certain amount. Your voice, Aferdita,
Mhm.
does a great job, and I think she speaks Polish or something.
She does multiple languages, but yeah, not Polish. Well, I mean, she might speak, but definitely Albanian and
Albanian. Yeah.
Norwegian. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Okay, but it sounds a bit all the same. Those
a
Albanian
lot of the
Polish. Yeah.
Scandinavian, yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
languages. Yeah.
But she's doing a great job and she's speaking her own language. So that is very important. So I come here and I do it in French also. If
Hmm.
you have a knowledge of a certain language, you can reach some people because that's what we use to communicate.
Yeah.
I think we all know it's
Mhm.
words. That's how we talk to each other. So if you can learn different languages and share your knowledge into those different, yeah, now we're gonna really do something really magnificent together. And magnificent is the right word because that's what we will attract
Mm.
each other to this magnificent realm that is called Earth and potentially after another one. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the next one is good and bad qualities, but that was an important one. We kind of spent like half an hour on this behavior
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah. Behavior
but
is very important.
but I don't like that word. But I talk about my butt. Like, why? But anyway, yeah, that's it. Good and bad qualities. Next,
Yes. good and bad qualities. There's a whole lot of discussion and confusion regarding what exactly are good, positive qualities and what exactly are bad, negative qualities. The answer is quite simple. The qualities which allow one to behave appropriately in front of a being higher than themselves are good qualities, and those that don't are bad qualities. There are, of course, the minions of evil demiurge that would propagate that there is no good and bad. But then they will also say that there is no such thing as evolution either.
Exact. Bonne et mauvaise qualité. Il y en a énormément de discussions et de confusions concernant ce que sont exactement de bonnes, positives qualités et ce que sont exactement de mauvaises, négatives qualités. La réponse est assez simple. Les qualités qui permettent à un être de se comporter convenablement devant un être supérieur à eux sont de bonne qualité, et celles qui ne le permettent pas sont de mauvaise qualité. Il y a bien sûr les sous-filtres du demi-urge du mal qui feraient croire qu'il n'y a pas de bien ni de mal, mais après, ils diront aussi qu'il n'y a pas de choses telles que l'évolution. The first quality, the first reverence, if you can say, or you can bow to the first, is your parents. And if you don't if you don't respect your parents, if you cannot put your parents on a higher, okay, I know sometimes we're just passing down the trauma from generation to the generation. There's not much for children to respect or to praise their parents that are stuck in the evil realm and the evil state of mind. So that I get it. But if your parents have knowledge, if your parents have some kind of intuition and truth and stuff, you should be very respectful if your parents are higher in divine, because there is some that are higher in divine, that have knowledge, that have a great qualities, that have great qualities.
Right.
Well, those people, you should really respect them, and that's probably your parents in the first place. So if you cannot respect and treat your parents properly, how are you going to treat higher and divine properly? It's like making your bed when you get up. You shouldn't make your bed every day. If you cannot make your bed, how are you going to take on any task in life? It's the little, you have to master the little things before you master the big things. Yes. So if you cannot master the little things, you will never master the big things. So it's little by little, but by mastering those qualities also, that's part of our journey here, is to master our qualities. We have lots of good qualities when we are aligned and centered. And we can also recognize easily higher and divine when you're aligned and centered. You're not lost at sea. So you see higher and divine right away. You see it in a being, even if that being doesn't have the same speech or same perspective as you, but you can recognize that he is on a quest. Like, there is a lot of deceivers out there, I get it, but there is a lot of great gurus, if you want to call them, like PT, that are on a great quest to higher and divine, and can certainly lead the way. Like, there's got to be someone, if you're lost at sea, you will need help. You will not get out of that sea, tumultuous waters by yourself, or you will drown. So we have the example in nature. Just go in the sea and plunge yourself in the water, see how you survive. You will drown, you will be dead. So if you're lost at sea, you're going to end up dead inside. That's exactly what happened to us in our living days. We are dead alive, born dead with life. So also maybe the whole game is to wake yourself up to that life, to realize your potential, the potential of all of us coming together in harmony and love, kindness, and that has tremendous higher vibration to the max. So definitely those qualities, when they show, you should be able to recognize it. And I see a lot of great qualities with PT, with many other great people out there. And when I see it, it's easy to recognize. Like you should, yeah. So, bonne et mauvaise qualité, good and bad qualities, Frank. And there is good, definitely in this world,
Hmm. Yeah.
and there is bad. So, I think it's once you can recognize that too, that you don't think that everything is random, and yeah,
Hmm.
nothing is really random in this world. It's very divinely organized.
Yeah.
Also, your awakening is probably divinely organized. Just that too. You know, like we said, he's not going to take clowns with him or with the force,
Right.
or the source will not take clowns on the crew. We don't need no clowns on this crew, on this
Right.
mission. So definitely,
Yeah.
people that are aligned and are strong inside will be the strongest soldier for this army or this God army or
Hmm.
coming after Babylon. Definitely, because we
Yes.
have to do something. But
Yes.
definitely, good and bad quality is a very good one. So, Frank,
Yeah.
let you give us your input.
Yeah. I love hearing P's point of view because yeah, like he says he's like, there can be a lot of kind of nitpicking. There can be a lot of like, oh well, in this circumstance, in this situation, this, like there's so many different speculative conversations that people can
Yeah,
have about, oh, well, what's good and what's bad. But P brings it down to something really meaningful, really pointful. He says, answer is quite simple. The qualities which allow you to behave appropriately in front of a higher being, in front of somebody who actually, in the realist sense, deserves respect, then you should be able to behave respectfully in front of that being, behave reverently in front of that being. So, and then the qualities that are not showing that type of respect or reverence to the higher, then those are bad qualities, right?
yeah,
And this whole, I really appreciate love this point of view because this P is pulling this perspective from the Vedic stories. It's very obvious to see some, like there's stories in which so there's this one character named Indra, and Indra like gets himself in trouble sometimes because either on accident or he's just not fully conscious of what he's doing or something like that. He accidentally, or maybe purposely, I don't think. The point is, he offends beings that are higher than him, and then he gets in trouble. And this whole dramatic story unfolds after that. Like there's one story in which, his guru Brihaspati or Jupiter in the celestial cabinet enters the room, and Indra's having a function, kind of like a party. His guru enters the room, and he doesn't like get out of his seat and address him and like kind
yeah,
of show that reverence to him. And then so Brihaspati he leaves, and he's mad, or he wasn't shown the proper respect that he was deserving. And then the story follows, and it's basically he's having to kind of earn back the respect that he needs to be showing. And then there's another story in which he accidentally, or whatever way, he offends a rishi, a higher being who actually has like power to create worlds and all this kind of stuff. And this whole dramatic scene unfolded where like the whole team of the devas and things like that started suffering because Indra, who was the leader of that team, he had done a mistake and he offended the higher. And so basically these things are just showing, hey, look, there are higher beings. This is what the Vedic thing is explaining to us. There are higher beings that have more power. They've been around for longer. They know more, all these kind of things. So you have to be able to behave properly in front of them. You have to be able to show respect. You have to be reverent. And it makes sense. It's not anything that's like, like unnatural or anything. Somebody who has this wisdom, who has this power, who has this certain essence about them. It's very natural to be respectful, to, if you're in a situation where you're in a school, you're in a classroom, and you're learning something that is meaningful to you, that you care about, and you're not just learning some, like mumbo jumbo that is just like you don't want to be there and all this. No, if you're actually somewhere, you're learning about something that is helping you to grow as a person, that's helping you to live your life more positively, to that teacher, to that being who is actually imparting that knowledge, you're going to be reverent. You're going to be respectful. You're going to be kind. You're going to want to have a behavior that's pleasing to them, and not something that's like bratty and disruptive or rude or anything like that. So,
and if you cannot exhibit this kind of behavior on Earth, what you think after, when you see, like, you're gonna have access to anything higher,
right?
So
you have to be able to operate in that with that awareness, and so it just, you start doing it, and then it just makes sense, and that just becomes how you are, and so this is really cool to hear, Pete.
You have to become it. Like Daniel told me that. He said you can't give the truth, you can't give the light to anyone, you have to become it. Like, there's no point. All you can do is aspire to inspire before you expire.
Yes. I love that.
That's what I say. I aspire to inspire before I expire. I'm just here to spread inspiration. Just getting to the shore, not lost at sea no more.
Right.
Found a great captain, followed his teaching a lot. Like what PT says makes a lot of sense. I found myself often repeating the stuff he says, not in the same way, but inspired by his teaching. So
exactly,
we can inspire each other, and definitely that's a good quality when you can inspire others.
Yeah,
because that's all you can hope to do. Like,
right,
they pick it up, the inspiration. You pick up the inspire, like you take it in, and that's why I like the word mistake that you said. What is a mistake? Mistake. You're not taking in the knowledge. You're not taking in the good stuff. And the mistake is not something you do an error once, and no, a mistake is something you do over and over and over again. And people are going against divine over and over and over in their life.
Yeah,
that's why they make mistake, because they have not the divine in their heart to walk with them. So they're full of mistake, and they do the same mistake of disrespecting higher and divine, and desecrating everything that's on earth to total destruction, because they don't have that in their heart. So definitely,
And I like the way that P explains things. He really says it. He explains to start taking actions in your life that are just very simple. He's like, you start with nature. You start observing. You start expressing your gratitude for all the food that you get to eat, all the clothes that you wear, the homes that you're like. These are all gifts from the earth and gifts from the elements. And so you start to get in that flow of being respectful to those beings, because they are actually beings. We don't see them as beings because it's not like the element of fire is like walking around as a person. But these are actually divine energies that are the foundation of existence. And so,
just look at the stars. I don't see dead stars up there. Like, there's nothing dead up there. If you look with the telescope, you'll see everything's alive.
Right.
So why is this
exactly? But that's just a simple way that we can start addressing and start expressing that type of reverence, that type of respect to those beings, because they are also allowing us to have this experience of this life on this earth and things like that. So
great stuff. No, I had to reply someone. I'm live on YouTube.
It's fine. It's fine.
So anyway, only one bad and wrong is the next one.
Yes. Only one bad /wrong / There is no other bad / wrong, etc., except not showing proper full respect to higher and divine. Beings only put their own beingness in jeopardy by not properly respecting higher and divine.
No, I put all the sound off. I thought I shut off the sound before, but there's
right.
4 things to shut down before.
Uh-huh.
Now the sound is off.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me get to the French book. I have the English one in my hand. The French one is a lot bigger than the English. Un seul mal, tort. Il n'y a pas d'autre mal, tort, etc., excepté ne pas montrer un respect approprié, intégral au supérieur et au divin. Les êtres ne font que se mettre en danger en ne respectant pas convenablement le supérieur et le divin. That's why I said there is probably one mistake you can do your whole life long, and you will keep repeating that mistake is disgracing iron divine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main mistake you do all your life, and you keep repeating it.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment you stop that mistake, there can be no more mistake after, because now you are aligned and centered and prepared for another kind of ride than the road to hell. So you're going on the road to iron divine. So can be no, and I say it often to the guys with who I make music, there can be no mistake on this divine mission. Make sure we make no mistake. We do not involve our emotion too deep between each other, because we're all very deeply fucked up. I always tell them. So I know you're fucked up. I know I'm fucked up. We're all fucked up. So I go along with this, but I try to, not to emphasize that fucked upness.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, definitely, because that will be a mistake, So once you are aware of the divine mission, there can be no more mistake allowed. Like because also you are aware, you have awareness of that fact. So why would you make any mistake? And a mistake is something you do over, and you repeat. It's not an error you do once, a misstep, or no, mistake is bad. Mistake is bad.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have induced in us the proper signification of the word mistake also, because we think we just put mistake on everything, but there's only one mistake you will do all your life that will lead to all kinds of disaster. Is not praising higher and divine, not giving a higher and divine the proper respect, and bow in front of higher and divine and recognize you are less than higher and divine. You have work to do on yourself. Well, now you start going to do your homework, and you explore a total different facet of your life, of the vibration you can bring to this earth too. So the mistakes are over, and we were not allowed to make mistake anyway. And I can say things here that I don't know, might be a bit weird sometime or stuff, but it's not a mistake. Like we're live also on YouTube, so we have to be kind with each other.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
our intention is pure and divine. So I don't come here to mess with your rise and mine, certainly. So tell me, Frank, about there can be only. Do you agree with me? There's only one mistake we do all our life.
Yeah, I mean, P is pointing out, and like we said, we'll just reflect again on this section of the book that we're in, right behavior, And so P is pointing out here, there's only one bad and wrong, not showing full proper respect to higher and divine. And so you got to realize, this earth that's supporting us, these elements that comprise the bodies that we are in and sustain them, these are higher beings. And so we need to be able to show respect to them also. And like P said, I love how the only thing that you're putting in jeopardy by the wrong behavior is your own beingness, your own experience of you, because you're gonna the constraints are gonna get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until the point where you're going to be, begging for some mercy, and that mercy will only come when you surrender. You actually have to surrender your will, and you have to surrender your beingness to divine. I mean, and it's a natural thing. We don't want to go against divine. It's total trickery to think that
Yeah.
we know more, and like P had said in the last vlog, uh, of course, the minions of evil demiurge would propagate there is no good or bad, and they would say there's no evolution too. But that, when people operate their lives based on that false knowledge, then you come to find out that actually that's not true. And when you learn the hard way, I mean, it's not fun, but it is a way of learning. You do come to know in time,
Daniel had made a song. You say that the hard way, and Daniel Minot, Blay. I call him Daniel. That's his real name. But Blay Minot, you see him often here, has done a song hard way, and he has learned the hard way. And he says it. It's painful to learn the hard way, but you will learn lessons, and you will probably also come out stronger of this if you have the proper respect to higher and divine, and realize that all that happened in your life, it might be for a great reason also. Like sometimes we have experience in life and we think it's negative or we shouldn't be going through this, but everything that happened in your life led to who you are and the decision you took and stuff. So definitely, if you have a decision in the middle of your being, in your heart, to serve higher and divine, and you take that decision, what bad can happen to you?
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's the great feeling also, like you say, like you want to feel good with yourself here on earth. Like you want to feel like you love yourself. Like I love myself. I love seeing myself on the screen. That's great. I told my wife before, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud to where I came from, and I keep going. And I said, Truman Show still alive, 500 episodes in 10 years.
Right.
That's fucking amazing. Like even me, it's beyond. But all this because I have the divine in my heart, and I try to carry that vibe with me, carry the load, and I think we should all carry our own load.
Yeah.
That's it, and the world will be in a better place. We can do it. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. We cannot do here on earth. Like we can solve any problem. We can invent anything. We can pre-love anything. We are the most highest form of intelligence on earth, but we're also the dumbest in our deeper hells. Like we're so freaking dumb. Sometimes I wonder how come humanity has been dumbified so much.
Yeah.
And you look at some people, and man, they're so freaking divine. It's like you have the total opposite sometimes. Just turning your head to someone and looking at someone, you're like, what's Twilight Zone here? But that's often what happens when you go interact with the world. You'll be in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. And it goes to show too that like the P mentions this idea of like they try to express this thing that like everyone's equal. But no, you actually can see there are beings who are more connected to divine, more more intelligent, and then there's beings who are less. And it's not that you can't get there, but you have to work for that, And so that is it's a journey.
I think we're all been loved, perfect, and really aligned and stuff, and really with that divine thing inside. But there's so much trickery and so much bad magician out there that will trick you all your life. It starts at birth. Like cut the cord, and then soon you have the belly, cut the cord, and like the massacre starts at birth, and the paperwork from the government and this, that.
Right.
So we are put under trauma very, very young. From the moment you come out the womb, if you're born in a Babylon hospital, you're gonna go under trauma definitely, and it starts very young. So I think that's it. That's where it stems also all the bad qualities and stuff. It's all along our life. we let ourselves being tricked by bad magician out there
Mhm.
when we can do, and that's what magician does. They trick you, and often you wonder. I look at magicians sometimes. I wonder how they can fucking do that trick. Like there's stuff, man.
Yeah.
That you see from magician, there's some really wicked magician out there that you wonder how the fuck did they trick me. But that's it. Same thing with life. They're gonna trick
Yeah.
you on every level, and if you're not aware of the magic tricks being played, you're probably gonna think it's real. Just
Mhm.
like if you're not aware of a magician doing a trick, you're gonna think it's real. But
Yeah.
it's all trickery. I think some magicians are really, really good with their magic, and in the world we have bad magicians. So yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
maybe we can finish with the respect, Frank.
Yeah.
This one today, and it's gonna be a wrap.
That's
It's a
it.
wrap. It's a wrap.
Respect. In dealing with a higher being or divine itself, one needs proper respect to trigger a proper response in one's own being, which includes the neuroelectrics in the brain and spine and the consciousness as a whole. More respect equals more response tingles, equals more resolution in attention terms, equals more restraint on devoluting impulses, equals more respite from tension, equals more rest from restlessness, equals more results in evolution, equals soul resurrection, res sur action. Res equals rotating energy spirals. P equals pole, the axis. Ect equals electrical charge turnings.
Powerful. Ce qu'est le respect after. But,
Yeah.
respect. En traitant avec un être supérieur ou le divin lui-même, un être a besoin d'un respect approprié. Pour déclencher une réponse convenable dans son être, ce qui inclut les neurones électriques dans le cerveau, la colonne vertébrale et la conscience dans son ensemble. Plus de respect égale plus de réponses de picotement, plus de résolution en termes d'attention, plus de relâchement de tension, plus de repos de l'agitation, plus de résultats dans l'évolution et la résurrection, qui est la resurrection en anglais, resurrection en English, résurrection d'âme. Res, rotating energy spiral, fait tourner des spirales d'énergie. P, the pole, l'axe. And ect, electric charge turning, charge électrique tournante. Definitely the respect has to be there when you see someone. And that's what I always adapt with PT, having him here. It's always with respect and giving him space. And like, it's not, when PT comes here, it's not me teaching you things, it's PT.
Yeah.
So when I like to hear PT also, on many, I brought him on so many different topics, and he had answer for everything. There's stuff that I brought to him. I never thought he was gonna dive deep in it, but yeah, man, we've done so much together. If I go back, everything we've talked about, and we go through everything. That's why you don't see us so much together no more. We have talked about.
You've gone through so much. It's so awesome.
Covers so much with PT. And I give thanks for that because he brought more light into my life, definitely more love. And I have great respect for PT. That's why I do his book again and again and again, over and over, because I think it's great teachings. We can all lead, definitely, but before you become a leader, you better start to follow some teaching that others have walked the road before you. Unless you want to walk the road alone, it's going to be much longer, and you might not enough time in a lifetime to complete your mission. So joining your force with others, we need each other. Like we're all brothers and sisters. We're all a big family here on Earth. Like it starts from the beginning of the human beings on Earth. I don't know. I think it's like a family thing. That's how I see it. But usually in families, it's chaos.
Mhm.
Because beings are not aligned, not respectful of their parents and stuff. So often parents are disrespectful to their children too,
Mhm.
very often. But I think it takes very much emotional control from the parents to be able to deal with children, and it's your job to acquire that stuff inside to be able to deal with children, because at times
Yeah.
it becomes very I know I have three myself, and I can tell you about my experience day and night, but if you don't go through the experience, you will never know. So go
Mm.
out and have children, yeah, definitely. But before you have children, you should always make sure that you know what you're going to. And we don't. We don't, because we make children just like this, just to
Mhm.
follow the herd or something.
Yeah.
Like I said, and we end up destroying our kids often. So if
Mhm.
you're not aligned, if you don't have that respect for iron divine, which is the iron divine within, also, you will probably disrespect everything on this earth and even the environment.
Mhm.
So when that's a very big part too, because that's what we're desecrating here on earth is the environment. We have no
Yeah.
respect for
Mhm.
iron divine. It's a very the people of this world are very evilest mankind.
Mhm.
So because they have turned themselves against divine, it's not their inherent nature. You've been tricked. You've been tricked to being possessing an evil vibe, a bad vibe,
Mhm.
just a bad vibe, if you want to call it a bad vibe, and that's what you propagate, that bad
Yeah.
vibe. So start having respect for iron divine, will be having respect for yourself too. You know,
Mhm.
you should respect yourself in the first place.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about respecting others. Start respecting yourself and
Mhm.
give yourself the proper treatment that you should get. Like, you should not, you should be firm within yourself and stand strong to not let yourself be tricked by those bad magicians.
Mhm.
Often that's what we let ourselves just drift away in the endless sea of nonsense, and we never wake up from that nightmare. And
Yeah.
it's like a real nightmare once you realize what you're stuck in, and the
Mhm.
hells and the ways and the whoo, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely it feels good to bring more respect to your being and live. The respect is not living a lie. Stop living a lie. That's not
Mhm.
respecting yourself.
Yeah.
Live we want to see the truth. We want it, and the truth is us. It's us coming out
Mhm.
from our burrows and bear sleeping all the time, and poke the bear, and wake up. And the bear
Mhm.
will go on and watch it after. They have poked me, and now the bear is awake.
Right.
So,
Yes.
and I give respect to Iron Divine when I see it. And PT was probably a great one that I encountered in my life. I will give thanks for ever and ever and ever and ever. I will dwell in the house of the Almighty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
boom. Because that's where that's the only place to be. What you want to do? Like watch TV, watch a hockey game. Like even
mhm.
the other day, I was watching a bit of hockey, and I know why I don't miss it. It's capturing my time, my energy. I could be preparing a Truman show, which I'm gonna do soon with Nick and Crystal. I
Oh,
want to
nice.
go through all the anti-life ways that we have and
Mm.
expose them all and bring an alternative, a good alternative
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
all the anti-life ways that we have, because the list is
Cool.
long. I'm probably going to be there all winter. When I say I'm going to be there all winter, I will. I'm starting probably. I'm going to tell them we're going to start around the 1st of December.
Mm.
And
Okay. Nice.
Crystal, if you hear me, well, I'll reach out to you. Probably from the 1st of December, and then try to go through the 21st of March with that
Nice.
new series of anti-life. I don't know how I'm gonna call. I'm still
Yeah.
brewing the
Yeah.
whole thing
Yeah.
inside, but
Yeah.
there's something coming, something big.
Nice.
So that's it, Frank. Respect. Tell me about
Yes.
the kind of respect you show to yourself, to Iron Divine, to the
Yeah.
world. But I think at first it's to ourselves. Because if you respect yourself, as within, so without.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we don't have even proper respect for our own self.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
How
I
many
mean,
times? How many times have you cheated yourself, Frank?
yeah.
I've cheated myself all my freaking
We
life.
just went along with the conditioning that taught us how to, you know, be defiant and go against that which is the source, but that which is supporting us and everything. Yeah, this respect. I love this P log. P is such a good writer. He's such a good poet. And this particular P log, it's like he, because he
My
shares
love,
things.
PT. Yeah, definitely. Much love to PT.
Yeah, big up, big love to P. In this P log, he really, and like he does in all of them, but in this one in particular, he exemplifies his the way that he can connect different meanings through language, through words. It's like he takes this word respect, and it's like it's a machine that he takes apart in front of you. He shows you how it works, and then he puts it back together. He's like, now look at it, and it's so cool. He's such a wordsmith and such a an engineer of meaning, and like he can really just like give things in examples in so many different ways that really help you to see what is real, not only just by how, like what he's saying, but you can subjectively be like, oh, that is true, or you can go out there and test it and see, is this true or not. But all that being said, yeah, let's see. In dealing with higher being or divine itself, one needs proper respect to trigger a proper response. So it's like once you start having that respect and you start taking actions with your body that are showing that, then it actually starts to activate things within you, within your consciousness, within the cells of your body, and right, it gives
That's
you
the high on life. Yeah.
right. Yeah. It's like what he's saying. It gives you more resolution. So you, in attention terms, so like actually where to put your attention. Don't be looking and paying too much attention to the things that are just they're showing you the wrong thing. No, put your attention on nature. Put your attention on teachings that are going to help you to live and evolve in a respectful way. What else do you say?
Write a book. Put your attention into writings. Write a book. Do something instead of watching TV.
Right? Having that proper respect, it gives you, like what he says, more restraint on devoluting impulses. So you start to become aware of the things that are taking you down, the things that are making you sick, the things that are making you, anti-life, anti-divine, more, like just all the things that you don't want to be. So you stop doing those behaviors. You stop eating that junk food. You stop speaking the nonsense. You stop giving your money, time, and attention to things that are manipulating, tricking, and killing the masses. It's and your own self at the same time. So you start to hold back and be like, you know what? No, I'm going to start being more disciplined with my body, how I use it, my attention, my resources, my finances, all this kind of stuff. And it's all like it's all a fluid movement that starts to happen in time. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to focus on this one thing and that's it. That, like P says, is it's not coherent. We actually have to start moving all the pieces and the bits of our life forward in togetherness. Like we have to move it all together forward at the same time, coherently. So it's not like, okay, I want to live a good life, but I'm not going to pay attention to my diet or the food that I eat. We'll say that. No, you have to start to put in the work, feed yourself well, start to put in the work, connect with nature, start to put in the work, become more like if you need some new clothes, actually do a little bit of, look at that tag, like flip the inside of the shirt and look like, oh, 80% polyester. Nah, I don't want that, and that's not what this shirt is. This is a cotton shirt. But
Yeah. No, I know.
you have to start, putting attention on actually the details, the details of
Yeah,
life.
because the devil is in the details.
Yeah. And if you don't look at it, then it's gonna, you're gonna get swamped with all sorts of stuff you didn't realize,
The devil or the bad vibe are very, very tricky, and they're gonna come and trick you in thinking you're doing something good, but you're. That's why everyone pretend that they are good and I'm a good person. I'm a good person. But when you take a deep look inside them, inside you realize you're not such a good person because you have disrespected and live in disgrace all your life.
Yeah.
So you
So
gotta bring back
part of
the
the
grace.
change, you need to acknowledge that, right? You need to, like P was talking one time and he said, you need to talk to the earth and you need to tell the earth you are aware of the disrespect that you've had in your life. And now you want to make that change and you want to make that vow to evolve, when we speak things like this, it really brings more awareness to like how we actually are so we can change.
And no matter how filthy you are inside, once you surrender, the divine will shine you like a star.
Yeah.
It will make you shine like a star.
Mm-hmm. So true.
Trust me. I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Very brilliant like a star.
That's right.
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, but definitely will shine you like. So don't worry about the as long as you surrender, like you said, that to God, to higher and divine, and you want to do good, and you realize you have done bad things to yourself and treated yourself in a very bad way. That's treating the divine in a bad way. When you start respecting your own body, and it's all about your body, my body, because
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not here with this body, I cannot even speak. I cannot even have this experience on earth.
Exactly.
The world doesn't even exist if I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing existing if I'm not here.
Yeah.
Like the world will exist after me, but not through my own eyes and vision and perspective.
Right.
So you should really focus on bringing that perspective higher because life is much bigger than all of us. And we've
Mm-hmm.
been tricked into believing nonsense about life and they have tricked us with so many ways that undoing this takes a long time. I agree
Yeah.
that for the bad vibes to go out of your body will take you very much focus. That's why you cannot make mistake and have distraction. Often
Mm-hmm.
I find myself a little bit distracted and I'm like, whoa, what I'm doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, I got something else to do than being distracted. But that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
realization
we have to be self-correcting when we notice ourselves. I mean, and we have to be, gentle and kind to ourselves. Hey, look, there's a lot of things coming at us to get us off all the time. So just keep it simple. You notice yourself get off, just come back to the center, start doing the things that you know are right to do, and make that continuous. And the more you
if
do that,
you
then it's the natural
yeah,
place where you come back to.
tikkun olam, tikkun olam. If you have
Yeah.
your car in the garage, which I have now, and there's a big mechanic problem, which there is.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had my car for like 5 days. So it's going to take time to repair a big mistake that you've done in your life. It
Yeah.
might take, in terms of human body, might take years to repair the damage that you have
Yeah.
caused. But it can be repaired because your body has the potential to heal. My body has potential to heal. So we
Mm-hmm.
can heal from the trauma. That's my point. So
That's right.
don't worry about how long it takes to repair the world. We are repairing the world because you are repairing yourself. I am repairing myself with Iron Divine. So it's not just a repair in terms of physical, it's a repair, spiritual repair also to match your vibration with Iron Divine. And we can all do this. We can all live on such a higher vibe if we limit the low vibration coming to ourselves. Like the
Yeah.
distraction is all low vibration, and there's so many. I'm not gonna make a list of the distraction in this world; it's too long. But because that's all there is, almost.
Oh, I know. It's
So
so funny.
once you withdraw from those distractions, you start getting more traction. Definitely, because that's the opposite of distraction. So you
Hmm.
want to have traction to higher realm. That's probably what I'm trying to have here, some kind of traction to higher realm within myself. And hopefully, like, I don't know, maybe I can shoot my soul in the star one day. But I'm not afraid of dying no more. I'm not afraid of living. I'm not afraid of freaking anything. But that's what they want you to be, afraid of living and afraid of dying.
Hmm.
So, and they have succeeded well because most people die in fear and live in fear because
Yeah.
they don't know what's after. They have never imagined also a higher realm possible. Yeah, you imagine paradise and the nonsense they sell you in religions and stuff, but
Hmm.
paradise is here. No?
Yeah.
Paradise on earth, paradise in your head, paradise is, and anything you talk about, it's within you. If it's not within you, where it is, because you cannot see it on the outside if it's not within. So
Hmm.
how do you want to know God if you don't have God within yourself, the divine within your heart? So you have to carry it within your heart and know that the divine exists, and it's evident to me
Yeah.
today. To talk about God, the divine, or higher and divine, or I want to be blessed. Yeah, I want to be less evil.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think we should all be less evil and not so worry about being perfect coherence because there is a lot of trauma to undo, but we can all be less evil.
Yes.
Definitely.
Of course.
Definitely. And
Hmm.
it's not hard to be less evil. It starts with the vibe you bring out, the
Hmm.
vibe when you interact with others, the kindness that you have, the love that you show, the empathy that you show, and the compassion and all these good stuff that bring people together. Good music, good vibe, good everything. Anyway,
Hmm.
Frank, an hour and 10 minutes in. It was
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Always positive.
Always positive. I give thanks for those. Do you want to add something, Frank?
Well, just once again, just grateful for these teachings here and
Yep.
for the opportunity to be able to review them, continue to revisit them, explore them, apply them to our own bodies, apply them to our lives. I mean, that's the name of the game of this life, trying to evolve, trying to embody the right behavior. So
And he
grateful
says
for that.
on it the scriptures for the now, because
Yeah.
once you realize that there is only the now, there's no, yeah, there is future, there is past, but
Mhm.
where are you all the time? In the now. Forget about time, the time they have
Yeah.
told you and all the nonsense fictional freaking timeline they want you to hold with that stupid calendar. But
Hmm.
you're always in the now.
Yeah.
That's why take care of yourself, because if you get sick, you will be in the now and
Hmm.
you will feel the effect of that sickness, of that
Yeah.
all accumulation of stuff that you have done to yourself. So very important to put importance on the now, on the moment you're in.
Yeah.
Stop being in the past. The past, like I told you, we all have done great mistake all our life by disrespecting and living in disgrace
Hmm.
and not emphasizing love, iron divine and stuff.
Yeah.
So the moment you realize that, you start to ease it on yourself a bit, but you walk towards the light and the love instead of the dark and the hate.
Hmm.
Like it's simple. It's one road or the other. You cannot. There's no middle road.
Yeah.
There's two roads. One
Hmm.
that leads you straight to hell with their nonsense,
Yep.
and another one to higher and divine with truth, reality, facts, and praising higher and divine. So it's
Yeah.
as is. Like I don't have any key or solution or I have a vision, yes, but I also have two eyes very much open. So you
Yeah.
have to open your eyes in this world. You cannot walk blind. If you walk blind, you're going to be captured. And
Hmm.
that's what they want. They
Yeah.
want you to walk blind,
They want
blind
the
to
slave.
yourself, blind to iron divine, blind to freaking everything.
Hmm.
So undo the blinders, remove the blinders, the dark goggles, the everything that prevents you to see this world for what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what you do with your dark goggles. Think you look cool with those stupid nonsense on your face. Like, to me, it's so. I don't want to start ranting about those goggles again. I've said, I think every time I come here, I talk about the dark goggles, but
Right.
it's such a staple. It's such an emblem of evil, of anti-life, that I cannot avoid to talk about it day after day. It's such, because there is stuff evident in our face. Clothing, food, dark goggles. These are physical stuff that we put on our bodies. It's not, I don't imagine people with dark goggles.
No.
They are out there. They live. It's not a freaking joke, Frank. They live. They are out there.
You're totally right.
Here, I have no dark goggles in my world here, but when I go out in this world, man, it's the evil anti-life ways are totally insane. It's pure insanity, and they don't see it. They're blind to it, blind to the insanity, blind to freaking everything that's good, but not blind to everything that's bad and evil. And so we have to flip the script.
Yeah,
it's definitely flipping the script within yourself. And then, anyway, now we're in 50. Okay, we're out now.
So positive, always putting attention on evolving things that will be back on the moon day. Yeah, that's right.
On the moon day. So, bless up, everyone. Blessed love. Be less evil. The word is fine. Don't think I don't want to be less. I want to be less. I see that online so often. Oh, I don't want to be less. No. Dude, you have to be less evil. Okay? I'm telling you.
It's
required. You don't realize it. Take a good look in the mirror. Take a good freaking look in the mirror, because you need to. We all need to. It's a mirror verse. Mirror verse. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out. Large up, Frank. Much love. Every time, much love. Everyone, it's all love. It could be tough love sometime, but it's not no joke here, this life. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway. Boom. He's out.
Boom.
See ya on the next episode.
That's right.
That's it.